Okay, so I'm going to do a stretching routine for after your workout. Just make sure when you're stretching, you're not going into any shooting pains or sharp pains. There will be discomfort when we're stretching, but I don't want any shooting pains or sharp pains, because then you're not doing it right. Try and let go of your muscles when you stretch. So what we tend to do is, because it's uncomfortable and it is painful for some of us, that we tend to hold onto our muscle and put tension in our muscles when we stretch. What I want you to do is let that go. So go to a point where you just pass your comfort zone in your stretch, so you lengthening your muscle more or releasing the muscle more, but don't hold onto it to not get that stretch, because then you're doing it, but you're not allowing the muscles to stretch properly. So please just consider these things before going into stretching. And yeah, let's start with our hip flexor stretch. So I love the hip flexor stretch. I do it nearly every single day, just because we sit in cars, sit at our desks, all of that stuff. Our psoas, which is a very deep muscle, gets overactive and tight, and it's our fight or flight muscle. So basically that means that when you're anxious, sitting, it gets overactive. When you get a fright, when you're in danger, that muscle activates. So it either decides, that muscle, that you're going to run, you're going to fight back, or you're going to go into fetal position. So in our modern lives, our psoas is very overactive and tight. So this stretch is wonderful to open it up. The psoas, if it's very tight, can also cause lower back pain. So it's just a muscle to be aware of. Okay, so you're going to take a big step out. Make sure your knee comes above your ankle. And you can keep your knee down here. If you struggle with your knees, you can come up. You can do this anyway. It is a deeper stretch with your knee up. You're going to push the hips towards the floor. Whether you be there or whether you be there, it's up to you. Push those hips, open out into the hips, kind of lift the shoulders up and stretch. Feel the stretch and breathe. Always breathe when you're stretching. Let the oxygen go to the muscles. And you're going to hold your stretches for 30 to 45 seconds. It's up to you. I'm going to swap sides. So make sure you're doing both sides. We want to be even. So either there or there. Push the hips down to the floor. Open up into that psoas. Okay. From there, I'm going to go back to my first leg, and you're going to keep your hips square on this one. So you're going to push back into your hamstring. So you're stretching the whole back of your leg. You might get straight, you might not. Try and keep your chest on your quad. Hips are square. You can send your toes more towards your shin, and you'll get it more into your calf. Hold, breathe, lengthen, and bring it back. Other side, wherever you are, it is fine. Work into your range. Okay, from there I'm going to sit on my bum, bring my legs through and place my feet together. So this doesn't mean you have to be all the way close, like in ballet class, if you did ballet class when you were little. Try and keep your hips where you need it, your heels where you feel comfortable, but also out of comfort. So find your place. Okay, so wherever that may be. Then grab onto your ankles, lift up tall, shoulders out of ears. So you're making space in your hips first, and then I want you to lean forward, push your elbows onto your knees, and then push your knees down, and then come as far down as you can. And this is one you can play around with like a flowing movement. So if you want to see how it changes for you, you round into your back, and then you extend into your back. Just feel how the stretch changes. So when you've got a flat back, you're getting it right into those hips. When you round into the back, it lets it go a bit. Know which one is right or wrong. I believe there's different places for different things. So really play around with your body. See how your body feels. See what you need on the day, because that also changes things. And last breath. If you're just holding a static stretch, that's also fine. If that's what you need, you do that. Come up, bring the legs together. Face long ways on your mat. If you have a mat, if not, just be where you are. Just make sure you have space other side. So you opening your legs as much as you can to the side. So you might be here, you might be wider. You're going to lift up tall again. So make space in those hips. And then from there, same thing, lean it forward as far as you can. Take your hands out. And this is also, you can play around with this one. You can hold it flat back, you can hold it round back. Otherwise, flow through the two. So extend and then round and extend. So it's almost like cat stretch if you think about it. And round. And see how that changes. And see where you need it. And let's go 3 more. And extend. And for 2. And extend. And for 1. And extend. From there, walk yourself back, you can round. Also bring your shoulders back above your hips. Bring your legs together. Just release. We're going to do a hamstring stretch. So I'm going to go this way. I want you to sit straight and then lean forward. Same thing, flex feet, straight back, and you can also play around. Round and straighten. If you want to hold, hold. Try and get your elbows down by your sides. You can even bring your head down to your knees. You might be up here. So work where you need to work. Hold where you need to hold and move into it where you need to move into it. And then release one foot. So point that foot, relax it, and then bring the other leg, the other toes, flex them more. So you're feeling a stretch more in one leg, the other leg's relaxed for now. And just breathe. And then change. And both. Go a little bit deeper. So when you feel your stretch release, go deeper. And then round, stack up tall, lift up, and we're going to go into our obliques. So bring your leg as wide as you can, and then this leg is bent in, bringing your foot into the inside of your thigh. Same, lift up, make space. Take this hand across, this hand over. You're reaching over to get to your toes. You might not get there, but aim there. And then slide your shoulder blades down your back. So make sure your shoulders are out of your ears. And the chest is still facing forward. So you want to feel this length here. You're making space, oblique, intercostals, all of that. Make space. And then from there, turn your nose towards your knee. You can grab onto your shin, onto your ankle, and round into the back. Keeping the shoulders still out of your ear. And you're going to feel this more on the side of your back here. And then lifting up. Other side, same thing. Inside, your foot in the inside thigh. Lift up tall. Aim for your toes. Keep the chest facing forward to start. Shoulders out of ears. Open up this whole side here. Just breathe. And then from there, round into your spine, grab onto your ankle or your shin. Shoulders out of ears. And slowly coming up. I'm going to do a few arm stretches. You can do these standing, sitting, wherever, kneeling. You're going to take your one arm, place it behind your back. So your hands in the middle of your shoulder blades, like so. You're going to grab your elbow with your other arm and push it down. Shoulders out of ears, making length. So this is stretching into triceps. Try and make your arm heavy, so don't hold onto the arm, you're stretching. And then change sides. Lift up, take the one arm across. Grab your other arm up, shoulder down, and pull this arm. So feeling it along here into the shoulder as well. Make sure your shoulder's not up into your ear, so you're not really getting a stretch. And other side. Hold it, breathe. One side might be tighter than the other. And then come up. I like doing this while standing or kneeling. So just interlacing your fingers, hands behind your back, and lift up as high as you can. If that's as high, that's fine. You might only get here, it depends on your shoulders. And then if you want to, you can lean forward and just take them over as much as you can. Okay, so the gravity of this gets a deeper stretch. Find your breaths. Slowly come down. And then if you've done a lot of ab work and you need to stretch out your tummy, best way to stretch out your tummy is down the dog, or opening it out here, shoulders away from ears, lift up tall, make space. Okay, so you're not dropping. You want to make space, open up, breathe, hold it. And then push back just to release. Stretching feet, you can sit on your toes like that, and then just push backwards like so, and just feel the stretch in your feet. You can lift up, can push there, lift your torso up. So it depends how tight the bottom of your feet are, but you flexing your toes like so. You can sit up, just feel the stretch in the bottom of your feet. Okay, I think that I went through everything. If not, I'll add some extra videos in as well. But yeah, just stretch into your discomfort, so just out of your comfort zone. No shooting pains, no sharp pains, but stretch, try and stretch every day. Stretch after your workouts and when you're warm, so don't stretch when you're cold, and enjoy your stretches, because we need our stretches to release the muscles, release the lactic acid, to lengthen into our muscles and into our nerves. So our nerves can also stretch with our stretches. So just remember that, enjoy it.